There's no one like our first guest tonight, whether he's Captain Kirk or T.J. Hooker or Denny Crane. He's always the biggest star in the room. He's an actor, director, writer, singer, poet, and probably some other things we don't know about. Starting March 29th, he will be pranking an entire town on Invasion, Iowa on Spike TV. Please set your phasers to fun. Here he is, William Shatner, everybody. You and why?
We love you, Shatner!
Spontaneous, too.
There you go. Well, that's nice. That can't get old. Well, yeah, maybe it can.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are you? Thank
Good.
you for coming back.
Well, thank you for having me.
The last time you were here, in between the last time you were here and this time, you put out an album with Ben Folds.
Called Has Been.
Called Has Been, which sounded like a terrible idea, but it actually was really good. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? But it actually came out really good. That must have been a fun thing for you.
We were in the studio that Elvis Presley was in, and the ghosts of Elvis Presley inspired us. It was great.
Yeah, that must have
I had
been.
an experience unlike anything else. 2 weeks in Nashville doing a record in the city of music. It was great.
You get to do everything. Well, I mean, you do everything because you're good at a lot of different things, but, I mean, between writing novels and the music and all this stuff, it's really like...
Well, it's a great thrill. I've got so many things going on this month that I hesitate almost to enumerate them, but I want your audience to know that on the 24th of March, a wonderfully funny movie with Sandra Bullock starring in it, called Miss Congeniality 2.
Oh, yes.
Armed and Gorgeous, I think, is the title.
Well, that's
so that's
good.
going to be great fun for you.
And then you got this new...
And then this hysterically funny novel idea of punking a whole town in Riverside, Iowa, and it's turned out to be classic. I mean, we brought a whole company of a movie company to come and shoot in Riverside, Iowa, a passion project of mine. We have to make this film, I said.
And this is, the people in the town believe that you were actually making...
I even believe. I had myself convinced, and the whole thing was, how do we lie? How do we lie? How do I convince
a whole town?
A whole town that my assistant is really my illegitimate son, and he doesn't know it? How do I convince the people that the leading lady's a kleptomaniac? Ignore it, please, because she's very important.
And how did you do that?
We lied.
You lied.
And the question really became, as we began to understand what we were doing, was how do you lie? Do you ever sit down and say, I'm going to lie, but how do I do this? Do you make a lie? Do you say, here's my lie, or do you kind of insidiously go around and say, well, I'm not really lying, but...
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Why are you asking me?
Don't
look at me. Anyway, that's what happens on this.
So these people, they get excited because you're coming. This is down. They say this is where, like, Captain Kirk was born. They have some crazy
Riverside,
thing.
Iowa has a bust of Captain Kirk. So that was the reason I chose the town, because I thought, well, we've got an inn. Maybe they'll believe us.
Yeah.
When I went to make my opening speech in front of the town to say we're in town, I thought, they'll never buy this. They're not going to buy this. They'll see through us right away.
But they
and
turn
every
to be
day.
very stupid people.
No.
Oh.
Don't say that.
Oh, okay.
Highly intelligent people, perceptive, discerning people who we lied to. And we convinced them. And so March 29th at 9 o'clock on Spike Television.
You turn their whole town upside down.
Their lives are upside down. I got a call from the guy who we fooled the most, Scotty. Scotty.
Is it Scotty, really?
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Can you imagine? Every time I ran into trouble, I thought, I'll beam you up, Scotty.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be funny. I mean,
it's really funny, and I urge you to...
You were there for 2 weeks?
2 weeks, and we punked them. And we met people like... There was an old fella who was in the coffee shop. We'd found ourselves in the coffee shop a lot, talking to these people and getting to know them. And this one little old fella said, you know, I want to bless you. And he picked something out of his pocket, a little bone like that. I'm blessing you with this possum Possum penis.
No. Really?
Possum has a bone.
Yeah.
So when a possum has a he really has a
I would guess so.
and he gave me.
Are you sure they weren't punking you? You never know. These things will somehow go the other way.
That never occurred to me.
So you got the movie. You have
the movie.
Invasion, Iowa.
Invasion, Iowa.
And also Boston Legal, which
And
is
Boston
a great
Legal
show.
on Sundays at 9 is really great.
And you're great on that show, too. And this album as well. You have some big guest stars on Boston Legal this year, too.
Oh, we got everybody. We've got Candace Bergen.
Plays your ex-lover.
Yes, I love Candace.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I love her nose.
Oh, really? Why the nose in particular?
You know, we all walk around. Look at me here. That's that.
I don't have a good nose.
No, you got a great face. The nose is questionable.
Yeah, thank you.
She has a great face and a great nose.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
I bet you that plastic surgeons would love to have an impression of Candace Bergen's nose so they could say to their customers, there's the nose I'm going to give.
It would have been great for Michael Jackson. You know? That would have been nice. Maybe he's the guy you get next with this whole deal, you know?
On Boston
You take over the Neverland Ranch.
No,
Invasion
we
Neverland.
get to defend his appeal.
Well, the show is a great show. I really do enjoy Boston Legal. You have a lot, obviously, you've been on TV for quite a long time, and you have a lot of fans, and you don't have just the regular kind of fans that people, you have the guys that scream out simultaneously.
Right.
We have a guy
rehearsed that, I'm
here
sure.
tonight who knows so much about you and is such a big fan that he's willing to take you on in a trivia game about you.
How could he possibly know more about me than I know?
That's what I said to him, but he believes that he does, and we'll find out as we play Shatner Showdown coming up next. William Shatner. We'll be right back. Oh, there you go. That was William Shatner on Boston Legal Sunday nights here on ABC. One of the many shows on which Mr. Shatner has starred over the years. Everyone knows at least something about him, but is it possible that there is one man who knows more about William Shatner than William Shatner himself? We're about to find out as we play a great new game called Shatner Showdown. Yes.
First of all, I've got to tell you that it really is too bad that a lovely man wearing a good shirt
Yes. That his mom made
is
him.
going to be beaten so badly by somebody who knows his own life
Well, one
far
would-
better than anybody.
One would
I have
certainly
forgotten
hope
more than
so.
he knows.
Well, let's introduce tonight's challengers. We've just met contestant number one, challenger number one. He's the star of Boston Legal, T.J. Hooker, Star Trek, of course, more than 300 televisions and films. William Shatner, everybody. Yes. Challenger number two is a website engineer from Dallas, Texas, and a tremendous William Shatner fan. Please say hello to George Stompy Hollow. Stompy. Why do they call you Stompy?
Stompy was a character from Star Trek, and he followed around one of the major characters.
It was?
Well, you're
was.
already off.
Uh-oh, that's a
you're
bad
already off to a
sign.
bad start. Is that right? And so why do they call you Stompy?
And I tend to follow a lot of Star Trek folks around.
I see. Well, that's great news for
That's
Bill.
the worst sign.
It might be a good idea to start this with a restraining order of some kind. All right. What kind of websites do you run, Stompy?
I do have a William Shatner website.
Oh, you do?
The Second National Church of Shatnerology.
Oh, really? Well, that's... Just rearranging the furniture. And anything else we'd be interested in?
I do run a fan club site for Chase Masterson from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
as-
you're cheating on Bill.
As well as the official site for James Darren, who starred with Bill in T.J. Hooker.
Well, there you go. So you are an incredible nerd.
Yes, I am.
Very good. Well, this is going to be exciting. Each challenger tonight is risking a prized personal possession. Dickie, what is at stake?
George has put up his cherished William Shatner life mask. He bought it on eBay and keeps it hanging on his bedroom wall.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Sarah. And what has Mr. Shatner put on the line?
Jimmy, Bill is really putting it all on the line. He's staking the mug he's been drinking from tonight.
Wow.
Back to you, Jimmy.
The stakes are very high.
I treasure that mug.
I know you do. I hope that you are able to pull this out, Bill. The rules are simple. I will ask a series of questions about William Shatner. You have 3 seconds to answer. 10 points for buzzing in with the correct answer. You guess wrong, the other challenger gets a chance. Whoever has the most points at the end wins this valuable mug or this terrifying life mask. Are you ready? Let's put 2 minutes on the clock, and let's play Shatner Showdown. Here we go. What did the TJ in TJ Hooker stand for? Stompy.
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. 10 for Stompy. Question number 2. As a teenager, William Shatner was a counselor at what camp? Stompy.
Camp Benai Breath.
Benet, Brent.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go to the
What kind of a guy
judges.
is that?
A terrifying one. Which Star Trek movie immediately followed The Wrath of Khan? Stompy.
Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
You gotta be kidding me. What is William Shatner's Zodiac sign? Bill.
Ouch. Aries.
I'm sorry, that's not... Yes, it is Aries. It is actually Aries. Very good. In what year did William Shatner receive his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Stompy.
1983.
That is absolutely right. Stompy goes ahead, 40 to 10. A William Shatner mask was worn by a character in what 1978 movie? Stompy?
Halloween.
Halloween is absolutely right. Question number 7. What did Bill eat for breakfast this morning?
Ouch.
Correct.
But toasted.
But toasted, delicious. Next question. William Shatner received a bachelor's degree from what university? Stompy.
McGill.
That is absolutely right.
Stompy.
This is... For how many of the 3 major networks did William Shatner compete in the Battle of the Network Stars? Bill.
3.
3 is absolutely correct. All 3. What was William Shatner's character name on the TV series Barbary Coast? I'm sorry, we're out of time. Anybody want to take a last guess? Yes?
Percy.
No. It was actually...
Cable.
Jeff Cable. That is correct. Unfortunately, you don't get any points, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter, Stompy, because you have won the Shatner Showdown. Sarah, please present him with both his life mask, which will again go on his wall overlooking him, and as his mom watches by, and congratulations to you, Stompy. This has got to be the thrill of your life.
It's absolutely great.
There you go. All right. We'll be right back.
I hope as you go through life, you'll have bigger ones.
The executive producer of The Contender, Sugar Ray Leonard, when we come back. Congratulations.